All right, we're there. There we go. Let me get my face right.
Still got me?
Yeah, we still here.
All right.
Make sure our volumes is right. Yeah, we still here. All right. Make sure our volume is right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I am your host, Tyrone Bridges. Let's get it. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. I am the host of I Thought You Knew, Tyrone Bridges. And without further ado, I'm gonna quit playing. Let me get our volume down. I hope everybody can hear us real well. We vibing. We have a very, very special returning guest on our show. And let me quit playing around and get this intro out the way, because I told him that I'm long-winded. So let me get this long-windedness out the way. Look here. The city of Ypsilanti, Washtenaw County, 14A, District Court needs a judge, a real judge, someone that understands the makeup of a city such as Ypsilanti. Once again, y'all, I'm a Bayer Hospital born baby. So if you don't know nothing about Bayer Hospital, you should not be running. Torchio is, I'm gonna call him by his first name, no disrespect, because he's younger than me.
Untaken.
This young brother right here, I'm saying, I watched his journey. I've been watching him on court. I done watched him during court watch. I done watched his decorum. I done watched him in a major judge's courtroom that I have major respect, not just because he's Black, but this man, the Honorable Judge Simpson, is like the ideal father for most of us Black folk. And I'm gonna say it like that. For those who were raised in broken homes, single parent homes, mother's the only breadwinner in the home, and the father out doing what he got to do to survive as well. Judge Simpson knows a lot. He's a very solid judge, a great judge. But when I saw the endorsement from Judge Simpson, because he's hard too.
Yes, he is.
I mean, it really takes somebody to strike a nerve in his heart to put his support behind this man. And like I said, I've been watching him for a while, y'all. In and out of the courtrooms, y'all, this guy right here, his heart is in the right place. And I do think as the voters go to the voting polls or vote behind in their homes, absentee ballots for the city of Ypsilanti, if you select this man will be the right fit, the right person, the solid choice to change the face of what we have been through in my 53-year-old age in Ypsilanti. Once again, for those who are voters in Ypsi, in the city of Ypsilanti, not joke yourself, because I'm not knocking none of the candidates, the other candidates. They are very good candidates that's going up against Torchio. But look here, take it for somebody that's a native. I done been through these streets. I know these streets like the back of my hand. A lot of people know me. I speak the truth. A lot of people don't like to hear it. I offend a lot of people, and I don't mean to. But it's straightforward that we need a judge like this man right here on the bench. Our young folk that's coming up through the judicial system, I'm pretty sure they get his love around them at an early age, I think we can make some major changes in Ypsi. So look, without further ado, y'all, this the man of the afternoon today, Sunday, July 17th, 2 days after my birthday. I am honored to bring this brother on the show, and he has a wonderful guest beside him, a wonderful young lady, I should say a leader of the household here, and
Yes.
who runs things behind closed doors. You better know it. Everybody, welcome Torchio Feaster to the show, and his lovely wife, Torchio.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me again. I really appreciate everything. Thank you for the kind words. Just thank you. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, sir.
I hope it was amazing for you. I'm glad to be here again. I enjoyed my first interview with you. I enjoyed speaking to your listeners and to your audience and trying to let them know why I feel that I'll be a great candidate for this role. And I'm very happy to be back to reiterate what I said before. And probably more importantly, let me introduce them to my lovely wife. This is Rosalind Maben Feaster. She is a OBGYN here at the University of Michigan Hospital.
Stop, say that again.
She is a doctor of OBGYN, obstetrics and gynecology.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here at the University of Michigan Hospital. She's been working in Washtenaw County for 20 of the last 21 years, either as a student, a resident, or a physician. If people think I'm impressive, they should just check out her resume. She has a master's in public health. She's, a leader in the OB/GYN department. She's an assistant division director for women's health. She's a professor at the medical school part-time. So she does some big things in her own right. And I'm trying to introduce the world to her. Dr. Roz is what I call her. And so she's doing some big things out here in the world. And I'm thankful for her support and for her having her here with me today. She was on call yesterday, but she made some time to be here with us today. And so we're very happy to be here with you, Tyrone. And again, we just thank you for your time and for the exposure. Yeah.
Welcome, Dr. Roz, and I don't mind no ad lib on the phones, because I know you got to have your phone on. I don't mind. I got mine on silent.
Sorry, that's my younger daughter.
I really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I had a chance to visit y'all at the yard party in Ypsi.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. It was awesome. So like I said,
fun.
when I see somebody running things, the wife run things, Dr. Roz, she does run things. She does run things.
You just saw her at the yard party.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He did see.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The audience.
Yes, yes. All right. So y'all, without further ado, I want to go ahead and get into the juicy stuff, because this man, I done juiced him up, and y'all know I'm not going to play no games. I done met with the other candidate that I met with. The other one would come on the show. And there's some great people, and I know what you have to bring is something solid, different, new. And talk to us about the new things that you plan on bringing as once when you become judge. So we're gonna put this in existence right now.
All right. Thank you. So yes, as you already know, Tyrone, I'm originally from the Flint area. And so that's a city very similar to Ypsi. And so I know kind of the struggles. I went to school here in Ypsi, went to Eastern Michigan. I'm a graduate from there. And so during my 15-year career, what I've noticed is that we need to do a much better job of addressing our youth, addressing our young people, and trying to divert them from the criminal justice system. Mm-hmm. And so what I've been trying to do as a public defender now, when I was in private practice 14 years before that, is trying to meet them where they were, find out where they were lacking or where they could use some assistance, and trying to get that to them. And so as a judge, that's what I want to continue to bring to the community. One of the things I'm doing right now with Judge Simpson is we're working on creating a youth court. Mm-hmm. We're going to call it the Fresh Start Court. And so what we're going to do with that is we're going to bring young people, and we're going to give them a mentor, a life coach when they come through the system. And we're going to try to make sure we get them onto that right path. The major things that I see as problems for our youth and is the issues that people have are the mental health. They have substance abuse issues, lack of education, or lack of employment. And so we have to do a better job of meeting them where they are with those issues. And let's say everybody's not meant to go to college. And so we're not going to force people to go to college who shouldn't go, don't want to go to college. But there are other ways you can make plenty of money. There's trade schools. You can become a plumber, electrician, heavy engine repair. And so we want to partner with those young people, life coaches, get them connected so that they can find the right track for themselves, so that they can become successful and become gainful members of our community, and so that they can be the next generation of leaders to lift up the generation behind them. And so those are the kind of things that I want to do. I also want to create a teen jury court, which is a program to divert people from the criminal justice system completely. It's a program where we have a youth offender elect not to go through the traditional court system, but to go through this program, this teen jury program, where the person will be judged by their peers. And what I mean by that, it'd be their peers would be other teens in the community. And those teens will serve as a jury for that individual. And they will create the sentence for that individual rather than the judge myself. And that will help the community in two ways. It'll help the juvenile defendant, because he or she'll be able to be diverted from the criminal justice system. They'll be able to give back to the community from whatever aspect. Lord, my daughter continues to call me.
That's all right. That's all right. You muted.
Taylor, we'll call you back.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Our daughter
okay.
loves to FaceTime.
I like genuine conversations like this when it happens. But I want to throw this olive, not this. I want to throw an idea in the pot, which I haven't talked to very many people.
Okay.
That are running for office that I feel that have substance in their game. If you understand where I'm coming from.
I do.
For those who don't understand the language that I'm talking, and there's no slang, it's just straightforward talking. It's the politicians, in which Torchio's not a politician, he's a defense attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Torchio is a father as well.
A great one.
Thank you.
Hey, say that. And he understands the plight of what I'm about to say, because in helping these young men, these young boys that come through the court system, many of them 18 and up.
Yes.
Coming from a person with a background of mine, it wasn't easy. There were a lot of traditional programming around for the kids to get involved in, such as football, basketball, baseball. A lot of us weren't athletes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In the court system, there should be an avenue that we should bring in which nobody talks about, in which I tried to talk with a commissioner about this, that should be instituted. In the court system, when you get elected, and I know you can't make any promises, but I think if anybody hears my voice when I speak about this, I guaranteed you that this will be a +1 for you.
All right.
We are at a shortage of CDL drivers.
Agreed.
I am a truck driver myself.
Mm-hmm.
I am a CDL driver, but I'm a poor CDL driver.
Right.
That means, if I get my own semi, I couldn't afford the tickets if I was going up and down these highways.
Right.
That is something that I guaranteed you, if the court systems would get behind helping, I would volunteer to help push some of these young brothers into the trucking game, into the truck driving, because literally 70% of our goods that we receive come from truck driving.
Yes, sir.
Truckers. And we are a shortage.
Yes.
And I think that needs to be talked about, because I put that in the commissioner's hands that didn't do anything about it. So I think I need to up the ante and step up and put it in somebody's hands that understand. Because, when I was a child, I used to always see my daddy come in and out of the community. He was a truck driver.
Okay.
My mama was a single parent, if you can read between the lines.
Gotcha.
So my dad, when he left, the only memory I had of my father, and I have pictures that bear me witness, of me wishing that I was doing what my daddy was doing, truck driving. And through the grace of God and the blessings that God have bestowed on me through the talents, I actually trained myself through the help of my friend, my good friend Chuck,
Okay.
and actually got my own CDLs. But see, what I'm telling you now in my story, in which I always throw my story out there, and everybody always asks why you throw your stories out there, because the public need to know the obstacles that I have had
Okay.
as a Black man that's 53 years old
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
for taking a fall for somebody else. And I got Black politicians that's at the state level. Truck driving could bring a lot of these young brothers out of, I only know Ipsy.
Right.
Mhm.
You see the world,
Woo!
country.
I drove to Minnesota.
Yep.
I drove to Washington. I drove a little bit everywhere.
Mhm.
Trucking,
Yeah.
fun,
Yes.
and it's lucrative.
Make some money.
But I couldn't afford to continue to drive
Right.
because my pockets are too low right now to maintain a job if I wanted one.
I got you.
So what I'm saying, that right there is something that we need to introduce to these young brothers, because these young brothers and sisters, their sisters out there as truck drivers too, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Mhm.
That is that area that's untapped, that
Mhm.
our county has land,
Yes.
Ipsy has space,
Yes.
Mhm.
and you can train so many truck drivers in Ipsy.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's a great idea. It's a tremendous idea. Well, when I was in private practice, the court system I worked at in Flint, it didn't have a probation department for about 5 years. So I became the probation officer for my clients. And so I had to connect them with the resources that the city wasn't able to connect them with. And so I connected many people with truck driving schools, trainings to get their CDLs. And I have one of my clients, I won't say his name, but you know, he had a possession case, a delivery case. And so we were able to be successful in getting that case thrown out. And that young man ended up going to truck driving school afterwards. And so now he has, I think he had 5 trucks now and people working under him. And so now now he's able to see the world. He's making 6 figures a year at least. He's doing, you know, very well for himself. And this was a young man born and raised in the hood.
And we can crush that prison, the pipeline, bro.
Yes, we could.
If we utilize the untapped talents
Yes.
in our community.
Yes.
See, you ain't got to be a Democrat or a Republican. You got to be a human.
Right.
You got to be a father thinker or a mother thinker
Right.
to move mountains like that. See, we ain't really had no leaders like that. And I don't want to just have you sitting here, Dr. Roz, without having some shine, some intellect on us. These young sisters out here, they do need a role model, someone, a Black woman to look up to. And someone such as your stature would bring a phenomenal change to the attitudes of our African-American women in Ypsilanti, Washtenaw County in Michigan, once when everybody touches the value that we have in you and your husband.
Thank you. Can she make a plug right now, Tyrone?
Yes.
Why don't you make a plug for the corner and the work you do there? While we got you
Yeah,
here.
so I am on the board for the Corner Health Clinic that's in Ypsilanti, and its target audience is young adults. And I think that, you know, the great thing about the Corner is that it really strives to be a place where people can feel comfortable, because a lot of times part of why people don't seek care and go in is because they feel like they may not be listened to or not have their concerns really heard and not feel comfortable. And so they've made a lot of strides in order to do that, but then also to kind of go beyond just like the clinical care that gets provided, but also to provide support for other things. So like, for example, they have like a test kitchen like inside the clinic, so they can actually do like cooking classes and teach about nutrition. Like our babysitter who helps with our girls is actually volunteering there this summer for that program. So I think there's a lot of things that it provides. And I think to what you go to about role modeling, I think that that is really important. Like it's hard to envision something if you've never heard it or seen it or like met someone who's done it. And so I think that having opportunity to like interact with people from different like fields is really important, who have different like experiences in terms of like where they volunteer and like where they work is important. And similarly to what Torchio was saying, just like partnering like with, you know, different careers that maybe aren't like typically what people think about, but still can give people a lot of opportunity.
Excellent. Excellent. See, I mean, we have a lot to offer. And it's like, what we envision Ipsy to be, of people who are in office in places that we are confident that our care matters in their hands, and we know it's going to be good. The corner has been a beautiful place for the community. I mean, my goodness, it could grow. I would love it to grow. And that's an excellent plug, because we needed that plug. We have places where young folk feel that they could go to, but they may not want to go to that place because they might feel like they're being bullied or harassed. But the corner, that's an excellent place to go to for them to have them experiences. So Torchio, you and your wife, talk to us about the lovely children that you guys have, the high energy. They are very, look, they want to get down into campaigning. So
yes, they do.
yeah.
My girls are full of life, fun, love people. They're a lot of work though. But but we love them. We enjoy them. They're currently at my mom's house right now, and so that's my oldest one who's calling me who keeps calling me on the phone. So I apologize to the audience for that.
No need to. No need to. We like children interrupting us at unopportune times, but it's
right. Right. But no, like I said, Taylor and Tegan, they're great girls. We love them tremendously. They love to get out on the campaign trail. They love them outdoors. We had a barbecue about a week and a half ago, and they were out there running around, meeting everybody, shaking hands, telling everybody vote for daddy. And so I appreciate that.
That's love.
We can do another interview with them in the future if you want, and I bring them on here so you can talk to them directly. They love to be on TV.
You won't get any words in though.
That's okay. Hey, they remember who I was when I came on the scene.
Yeah.
Without it would be terrible for us not to mention your mom. Yes. Hello, Mom.
Yes.
Give her a shout out on the show. I told her, I said, hey, you got a fine young man. She said, thank you for supporting.
Thank you. Yeah, I think you met my mom at the barbecue, I believe. So
excellent lady. Excellent lady. I see where the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Thank you, sir. Yeah,
yes, sir.
My mom
wonderful family.
Thank you, man. Yeah. My mom has been a staple in my life. I mean, she's someone I'm tremendously close to. She did everything she could to raise my brother and I, to get us off to a good track. My mom is originally from Mississippi, so she comes from humble beginnings, trailers, red dirt, just the country. And so she came to Flint to work in General Motors, to get a job for herself, to make a better life for her children. And so she worked on the line for 43 years at General Motors, grinding, working in the paint shop at times, just doing everything she could do to make a living for us. Even when she was laid off for about 5 years, she went back to hair school and got her beauty license so she could do hair when she was laid off for those 5 years. And so she did everything she could to put my brother and I through school, to take care of us. And so now I'm doing everything I can to help she and my father, try to keep them going, keep them right. They still living in the Flint area. I'm trying to get them down here in the Ipsy or someplace else, but they have not yet relocated. But they've been tremendous to me. And for them to coming from where they came from, which is humble beginnings, red dirt, trailers, to living in a better middle class household, and to potentially go into this professional role that I'm trying to get to now as a judge in those 2 generations. That's humbling. I'm tremendously blessed and thankful. And I'm just hopeful that the people and the voters will support that and support my mission of living up to what my mother stands for, which is helping people, making the world better. She's one of the sweetest people you ever meet in your life. And
yes,
so
she is.
Thank you. I'm just thankful to be her son and to try to not embarrass her, try to do right by her. And so I'm just humbled by that as well. So thank you.
Well, brother, from a mother that came from not a mansion,
right,
or not privilege, not knocking nobody else's privilege, but y'all understand what I mean. A mother that had been through the fire like so many Ypsilantianites.
Right.
And I call it like it is because ain't nobody gonna use that word. When I say Ypsilantianites, people like my grandmother, who used to work for the slave master, came from the South,
right,
down here to Detroit first,
right,
then Ann Arbor, and my mom branched off and went to Ypsilanti.
Mm.
So yeah, someone of that character and that blessed soul that come from a mother like that could only bring forth great things.
Thank you.
And look, I'm not trying to shine a light on what my mom did for me, but I guarantee she's smiling in heaven, her and my dad and my grandparents.
Amen.
They know I'm trying to leave a legacy that she was trying to leave when she was here. And so you, Torchio, you and Dr. Roz, I know for a fact that the legacy that you will leave here in the city of Ypsilanti and Washtenaw County will blow your mind in
Yes.
10 to 20 years.
Yes.
Because so many people like us, and I'm talking to Black folk, non-voting Black folk, voting Black folk, church going Black folk that go to the chicken dinner house after church,
All right.
Black folk that go to parties and jig when elections is on the line,
Gotta vote.
when you got true caliber of leadership, someone who you can put in a place like the dungeons of Ypsi. And I can speak like that because I'm a Bayer Hospital baby and I grew up on the South Side.
All right.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. I know we need folks like this man on the bench because I know for a fact, until somebody can show me otherwise, this will be another Black man that us young Black men in Ypsi can look up to.
Thank
And
you.
say that, look, we can come from families that have been coming from the South
Right.
and coming here in little old Ypsi
Hmm.
or little old Michigan
Right.
Mhm.
and make big differences.
Yes, we can.
Mhm.
The difference makers, you know. A lot of people have told me, they said, ask him this, ask him that, but I want to ask him the hard questions from my heart because I just met you this year and I'm honored. And
Sir.
thank you to my good friend, attorney Bill Amadeo
Yes.
and McManus. Look, them are some great brothers.
They've been great to me.
They've been great to me in this show.
Yes.
And they know for a fact, I told them once when this election started, I'm gonna get out here and run. I'm gonna get out here and bang for all the ones that needs to be in office.
Thank you.
Because you as a judge in office, as well as Ariane Slay, who endorsed you. Ariane Slay, circuit court judge, and you, district court judge, that's a Christmas present for me. And all I ask y'all, and I'm not begging, I'm asking y'all, like I asked all of the judges that got on this show, said they'll come back on the show when you get on the bench.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Please come
Well, you
back
know-
on the show, talk to us.
You're going to see me in the community. Like
I
said,
already know that.
I'm not
You
doing
everywhere, man.
Right, right.
Everywhere. You got a stunt double going around here, man.
I wish.
I see
I'm
you
tired, brother.
everywhere,
I'm
man.
tired, yeah, but I love people. I love talking to people. And the
Mhm.
only way you can really help people is to get to know them, get to know their
Yeah.
struggles.
Absolutely.
And
so
you got that same smile. The funny thing about it, you got that same smile when Judge Simpson get on you. You got that same smile in person, same smile on Zoom.
Thank you.
Y'all, that heart for real though.
Thank you.
How many young Black men coming from Michigan,
Yeah.
Mhm.
a great city like Flint
Thank
has
you.
been dogged,
Yes.
Mhm.
you know,
Yes.
and then want to come to a great city like Ypsi
Oh, yeah.
and want to put something back into it. You
Oh,
see,
yeah.
we ain't even talked to him about how many people he done got locked up, or how many people he done led down the wrong path for the deals, or how many
Mhm.
family members work in administration.
No.
This is Torchio. This is my man by himself, him and
Right.
his wife and his family. And for a Black judge to put his wife and his family on a line like this,
Yes.
y'all know he must mean business.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I had to I checked his temperature once. I went to his events. I ain't even said I endorsed him. But look here. Something wrong with me if I don't. Look here, y'all. Forget the hype. Y'all, look here. Stop looking at who is homegrown. Look at who is best or fit for the job.
Thank you.
Look at who could probably offer an out-of-the-box solution.
Thank you.
Because he looking at a lens from a Black judge to these young Black men and young Black women that's coming to Ypsilanti, you know,
Yeah.
few pennies away from being evicted. Young men out here running around trying to do the wrong thing because they think it's the right thing to put money in their pocket.
Right.
A judge like you could look through that lens when you sit there and see that person. Not to say everybody's gonna be Black,
Right.
but come on, y'all. Let's not fool ourselves. Let's not fool ourselves. I don't know the statistical numbers, or I rattle them off like I'm a scientist, but it's a lot more of us that's getting locked up than them's. And that's all I'm saying. But I want to let y'all know that we have to have somebody on there with compassion.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody who does understand what being a parent is.
Yes. Yes.
And they're gonna go, I'm saying, you know, I'm not so everything is gonna be roses when you get in there. You're gonna have to make some hard choices.
Yes.
And that definitely rolls over into the next spontaneous question that I have for you.
Okay.
If there was a hard decision that you could say that you made in your life, I won't say way back in the college days, don't let me take you back that far.
Okay.
In the recent years that you had to do it, had to make a decision
Okay.
and had to think about it and pondered that maybe that wasn't the best decision.
Okay.
Let's talk about your inhuman side sometime.
Some of my bad decisions.
Yeah.
Oh,
You ain't got to
man.
talk about how many beers you drink. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking none of that. I'm talking about.
So when I was several years ago, a younger man, one of my homeboys was getting involved in the wrong areas. Okay, and so and he ended up doing some things that he shouldn't have done, but he always had a pocket full of money by doing what he was doing. And so I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew that a 24-year-old shouldn't have all that pocket full of money, and he don't have no any traceable means of income. And so he was always kicking it, going to the club, the bar, and the casino, and he was always trying to get me to roll with him. And so I went out with him a few times, and he's got all this money. And he's like, "Hey, Feast," that's what they call me, Feast. "Hey, Feast, hey, you want a couple stacks?" And I said, "You just gonna give me this money?" He's like, "Yeah, man, you have it." And I'm like, I was right there, and I wanted to take that money so bad. I was broke. I wanted to take that money so bad, and I was right there gonna take it. And something told me, a little voice in the back of my head said, "You know, something ain't right with this." So I ended up giving it back to him and not taking that money. About a year later, he ended up getting arrested and ended up having to go get locked up because he had been embezzling that money. And so he worked for a banking institution, and he had embezzled over $400,000. And so I was that close from being caught up in that situation because one of my friends was doing something he shouldn't have done. And so I guess I can say that to say that we all go through things, and if you live the kind of life that we live, it's very easy to make the wrong choice and to go down the wrong path. And to put yourself in a position where you're gonna have a criminal record and where you may not be able to become a lawyer or a judge. But I'm very fortunate that I didn't make that decision when I had those thousands of dollars in my hand. And I said, no, I gave it back to him because I could have been an accessory, a co-conspirator or something like that. They could have tried to rope me in with him. And so, like I said, I can relate to that kind of situation that we go through. I can relate to defendants who will come before me, who were right there at that line and maybe didn't make the choice I made and made the wrong choice, but they're not a bad person. And they were very tempted by the opportunities that were presented to them. And just because they made that one bad choice doesn't mean we got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We got to give that person another opportunity and give them a chance to get back on the right track. Because they could be Torchio Feaster, Tyrone Bridges. They could be better than us if we give them that second opportunity. And so that's my hope and goal, is to help people who come through similar things that we've come through and who have all the potential in the world, but the justice system throws them away. I don't want to throw them away. I want to help people who can be helped.
I
And so
love
that's the
that.
story.
I love that story, man. Guild by association, y'all know, y'all know my story.
Yeah.
Y'all know my story. Now, without leaving Dr. Roz out of this conversation, we have some life-changing conversations to have real quick with you, with these young ladies out here. A lot of these young ladies are needing mentors, as well as they need someone that would guide them the right way in that field and yet in the field that you are in. Is there any type of advice that you could give to our young ladies out here, as a mother, as a leader, as a doctor, to potentially encourage them to seek assistance in the time of domestic violence, maybe seek assistance if they're younger and they're home, maybe they're having an issue where their parent or someone in the home is committing violence on them or abuse on them. Is there anything that you could share with the girls or even with the guys that how to reach someone or how to talk with someone about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that those are all such difficult situations, and unfortunately are way more common than what gets discussed too. I think that, really that kind of emphasizes the importance of having people in the community who people can go to. I think one option would be the coroner. That's a great place for people to go. They have mental health services there. It's really full wraparound services. But I also think if people have a pediatrician or a family doc or a primary care doctor if some mother died, they could definitely seek out them. And then I think in the schools, so Michigan is really fortunate that they have a lot of school-based health programs that are available. And there are people that within the school, whether that's the nurse that's at that school or the clinic that's there, the counselors, but those are other people that they could go to and talk to. And I think that, we all get trained about kind of what different resources are in our areas or who best to connect people with. And so I think kind of trying to build those relationships and reach out to those things that are accessible is kind of the first step. But I don't think it's an easy thing to solve. I think especially if it's something that's happening within the home too, because there's other things that come up as part of that. But that would be the first thing.
Excellent, excellent. I don't want to put you on the spot because I know Torchio needs the interview. And he don't actually need it because he could be having a Sunday dinner with his family and forgot about us. But all we want to do is
knocking doors.
Could be. We hope that this serve as a major door knocker, because a lot of people watch our show. They like to wait till we get it out the way and then go watch it over and over again. But I wanted to have this genuine conversation with you because, it's a lot of buzz going around. Who is this Torchio guy? Look. I mean,
Right
genuine. Give him a call. This information is on the caption. His email, his web address. Look, I didn't put his phone number on there, but I'm pretty sure he'll talk to you.
Oh yeah, give me a call. 734-480-8131.
Say that again.
734-480-8131.
Y'all call him on it.
Shoot me a text.
Call him on it, man. This, like I said, this guy, I can't continue to say very many good things about him because I run out of words, but my goodness, he's a man of his word, y'all. He is a giant in this community because he went to Eastern. I went to Eastern.
Good times.
Yeah, that's a great area. Look, great soldiers come out of there too. Great people that want to put back in the community. It's a lot of people that went to Eastern's working in administration, and they should know the fabric of this land, just like you already know the fabric of this land, the communities that you can go to.
Right.
A lot of these candidates haven't even tapped into the area. They come in and throw out flyers and stuff and, hey, vote for me. No, we want to test your temperature and see if you really for us.
Right.
And what we mean for us, are you going to make the decisions, for the betterment of the community? Or are you going to do the same old thing as the previous judges have done.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, I don't think we had a Black judge in Ypsi
Ever.
ever.
No.
Let me say that again. I don't think we had a Black judge in the city of Ypsilanti at that courthouse ever.
Ever.
Wow.
Y'all know that's a problem.
We're breaking ground.
Yeah. And we got to look. We got to break the old guard. We got to break it.
Got to break the glass ceiling.
Break that glass ceiling, because a lot of people that's in office is trying to get in office. Y'all got to test their temperature. You can't sit there and just line vote just like your parents did. My parents gone. I had to make sure. Don't just give my vote away, because I ain't asked nan politician for nothing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of people out there tap dancing around talking about I'm supporting this, I'm supporting that, and they getting something. Trust me, I guarantee you. But when the curtains come open,
We're going to see it. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
But this man right here, y'all, I don't want to waste no more of his time. I don't think I'm wasting his time, but I think that he could be knocking doors. But y'all should help this man. I'm gonna pub him up. I can't vote for him, but at the same time, I got Ypsi folk. I got his sign in my house, in my yard.
Thank you.
Y'all know what's happening. So look, ask this man what y'all could do besides going to the polls and voting for him, because look, when he's elected and on the bench, y'all gonna have his contact information.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a judge that you could reach. And definitely when you mention life coach,
Yes.
Yeah.
when you mention life coach, if you have any applications that hires people like me,
We're gonna get
down.
some grants and get some funding. We're gonna set some stuff up.
I pray so, because of the things that I was trying to teach these kids in the community. I think that a lot of these kids in the community heart
Yes.
thirst for it,
Yes.
especially teaching kids how to build and repair computers.
Yes.
A lot of these people right now don't understand a lot of programs that is trying to go into place and can't even touch that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch it because you didn't create it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm here. I've always been available. My nonprofit behavior workshop has always been available. It's just that we are struggling so hard getting funding from the people who said that funding was available.
Yeah.
You know, so we got to get people to stop lying to us so we can do great things.
Right.
Yeah.
But one thing they can't stop is this show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They can't stop this show.
Yes, sir.
And just like I said before, off the record, but now I'm saying on the record live, that our show will be airing on CTN cable TV channel 17.
Okay.
Okay.
We got a show airing tonight,
Love it.
and we got a show airing Monday.
Great.
Congratulations to you. That's
Yeah,
big.
that's awesome.
Look here, it's for the better of the community, because
Yeah.
if they won't give me no funding, my mama always told me, she said, Tyrone, don't wait on them people that's going to give you funding. You got to jump in there.
You're right.
Mhm.
You're
And
right.
a lot of these candidates don't realize, the ones who didn't get on the show,
Yeah.
I interviewed over 21.
Candidates.
Today is 22.
Yep.
Mhm.
22 candidates and 2 R&B recording artists, local.
That's all right.
Mhm.
That's all right. Congratulations.
That show, I guess the
That's
show do
great.
mean something.
It does.
Yeah.
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 So I appreciate your time, Torchio. Look here, we got a blessing for you
Thanks.
soon, and
Yes, sir.
the artwork that your daughters did.
I appreciate you.
Let her know.
Yes.
We finna shine some on you. We gonna do the best we can to support and make sure we let everybody know. Vote Torchio Feaster for
Mhm.
judge. Period. Hands down. Look here. Vote this man in.
Thank you.
Vote
Yeah,
this man in.
please.
Vote him now. Vote him all the way up until August 2nd. Vote August 2nd.
Yes.
Mhm.
And when you get done voting, y'all find this man and find out where the party gonna be, because we need
Yes,
to
sir.
have a celebration.
Yes, sir.
We
Mhm.
breaking
That's
ground in Ypsi.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just interviewed 3 African-American mayor candidates.
All right.
Mm,
Right.
mhm.
Now I interview, if Ypsi believes in this brother here, just like I believe in him, you'll be the first African-American judge that's seated on a seat in Ypsilanti,
Thank you. Thank you.
in
Thank
Ypsilanti
you.
courthouse.
And just for clarity, anybody in the county, except outside of the city of Ann Arbor and outside of Ypsi Township, can vote.
Really?
Second, anybody in the county.
So I can vote for you?
If you're not in the city of Ann Arbor or Ypsi
Oh, okay.
Township, then you can vote for it.
Okay, look
By
here.
throwing your ballot.
Look, I didn't see the name, but I'm pretty sure hey, if it's some type of way I can get some votes over there,
Yes.
my people, y'all know what's happening with this man. We got to get him in.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you testing candidates' temperatures and you got the family on too, and the family has something to offer,
Thank you.
and they not the same status quo, Torchio's your man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Roz, thank you for all you do. And I hope I didn't put you on Front Street, because we're going to bring you back on the show with your own show, because I think you outshine your husband.
I told you that. I already told you.
When he get on the bench,
Having me.
when he get on the bench, make sure his temperature is right, because we got to have him for a while.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried. We'll take good care of him.
I believe you will. Thank y'all for your time. And if I haven't forgot, look, anybody that we haven't named, that we haven't mentioned, no disrespect. But like I said, all those other candidates, I don't have nothing bad to say about Nan candidate. Nan candidate. None of the other candidates have said anything bad about Torchio or about me to nobody. I think they're fine lawyers.
Right.
But we need the right fit.
Thank you.
Hands down.
Thank you.
Through the power invested in this show.
Amen.
This is Tyrone Bridges, what I thought you knew. Vote Torchio Feaster for 14A district judge. Let's put this brother on the page in Ypsilanti.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace.